Today, to be honest, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Just feeling like I've got so much to do. One particular task that I definitely needed to take care of was that my Google Drive storage, my Gmail, was full, and they've given me a notice that says, "Look, you're going to stop receiving emails in August unless you clear up some space." Now, I went into my head, went kind of a bit, it's going to take all day to be able to clean that up and clear it up. Now, there's a matter of how much I need to do and get my head around that, because if you're following my channel and following my journey, you'll realize that a big theme of what I'm learning and experiencing is learning patience and dealing and learning to embrace imperfection. And this just brings it to the forefront for me so much, because there's an easy way out, right? Which is, I went through and I deleted a couple of videos, and now I've got space free and my emails can flow again. Fire's out. Crisis resolved. However, there is a project I want to do, which is to set up OwnCloud on my VPS. VPS being a virtual private server out on the internet. That's where my website's hosted. Now, I've got 100 gigs available that I can use on that VPS versus the 15 I've got on Gmail. So I want to set up an OwnCloud server, which is effectively, if you've used Google Drive, Google Docs, it's effectively an open source version of that. I can host it on my own server, edit my docs, upload my documents, use it as a file server, etc. That's what I want to do. But I'm in this crisis mode where I need to get the space. And I'm dealing with that. So what I definitely wanted to do today was come in and review a post I made on the 7th of June. So it's, wow, that's literally only just over a month ago. It feels like a lot more than that. So this post here, okay, here's a bit of a to-do list. And I've come back to this a few times because this was an opportunity to write down a lot of the things I had to do. And now is a chance for me to come back and review it, because this needing to clear out the Google Drive is getting in the way of what I feel like I need to be doing, because there's a course I want to build. My course on Udemy's had another enrollment overnight. So I'm seeing that working. I'm seeing the fruits of the labor of creating that course. And I want to get back into that. And I just feel like I've got so many competing priorities, and it's putting me in conflict and making me agitated. So let's see what this post had to say. Do you struggle with perfectionism and that feeling that you aren't being productive enough? It is a big challenge for me. I'm feeling the resistance of perfectionism, and some things are not going my way. It's exactly how I feel at the moment. I'm on a journey to discover my own path, my theme, my brand. Sometimes it's exciting and magic happens, and other times it's a slow burn. This is how seasons go. Now, fascinating, even just reading this. Discover my own path, my own theme, my brand. That is already becoming more clear even in just a month, because you hear me, and the seeds of it are in here. You hear me talk about perfectionism and patience. Now, that really is the theme that is evolving out of everything I produce. It's coming up all the time. I've been facing technical challenges, hyper-focus on some tasks, such as that AI to-do list, and troubleshooting. Feeling like I am getting behind, that nagging feeling that I'm not doing the right things, and inner frustrations. Overcoming perfectionism is the current theme of my adventures, and that is obvious. All right, so it already is in here. And the patience is another one. I uploaded an imperfect, raw, and unedited talk to the camera video a few days ago after burning out on my 14-day talk to the camera challenge. I have another scheduled to publish tomorrow morning, so stay tuned. If you are struggling with perfectionist tendencies and that feeling you're not getting where you want to go fast enough, drop a comment. Join me if you're not alone. Come on, put some comments in there. Let's get the conversation going, because I'm on this journey. I'm sure some of you are on the same thing, trying to get your life together, trying to work with competing priorities, trying to find what's the most important thing to work on and what direction to go, and how to be at ease with that and just create and flow. Let's see where this path leads and what surprises lay around the bend for us. Interesting, some of the things mentioned in here, like the AI to-do list. It's only been just over a month. That's progressed. That is not finished. It's not at the point of where I imagined it would be, but it works, right? It's at the point where when I'm in, you can see an example of this here, when I'm in ChatGPT, I was trying to solve a technical problem this morning with my webcam. Now my integrated webcam in my laptop, this one that I'm using right now up here, is an external webcam. I can take it off move it around, etc. But the one in my laptop, I want to, you see me? I want to get using, but it's not working for some reason. I did a bunch of troubleshooting this morning and got to the point where I need to spend some time and really knuckle down into it. I know what to do next, but I don't want to spend the time on it now. And I was able to, you can see here, just go, if you do it like this, you press the @ symbol, and type Bevans. I can bring up this Bevans bench. And I could go, please create a to-do item on Bevan's bench. In the, I meant to write in the description. In the description, add the report of everything we tried and the conclusion, the next steps of which are to test on an Ubuntu Live CD. And then it's just gone ahead and it's gone and talked to Bevan's bench and created that to-do item. I've created the to-do item with all the details. You can review it here. Right, so this is fantastic, right? Just in a month, I've managed to get this, and it's so useful for me to be able to put this aside. Look, here's my to-do item up on my website, troubleshoot integrated webcam on Lenovo laptop. Just wrote that for me. A bit of a history of everything we checked and what we'd done before and what the next steps are and a conclusion, etc. So I can put that aside and come back to that. Now, we've got the other issue of my Google Drive storage was full. So you can see I've got a stack of video. See, it was full, and I've cleaned it down to 11.8 because I deleted a few videos here. And so I want to set up, I'll show you, we'll go through this to-do list because I want to set up an own cloud. And it was interesting reading this to-do list that I've already mentioned that a month ago. I was surprised to see it on this list when I went to review it. So I have so many things to do, but let's first celebrate the wins. User registration and commenting is enabled on bevansbench.com. It was quite an ordeal involving setting up a mail server on my host and integrating it with Docker, but it's done. That's a step in the right direction. That is done. There's still some polish I want to put on it, but the priority's dropped for now that I've got that out of the way. And you can go to my website and register. It's got like a reCAPTCHA, those capture challenge. I'm not a robot type thing on it as well. But it does need review, and at some point I've got to come to it, but not doing it right at the moment. There's still so much to do, and I want to share this journey with you. I'm planning to create a blog post and maybe even a video about enabling comments on my site. If you're into tech, stay tuned. I haven't done that, but I've made lots of content. My content journey has been great. I've made all sorts of videos. That specifically I haven't done. It was an idea, and maybe I did do it. I've made quite a few videos. My ability to generate content is improving quite significantly. Next, we've got here, I need to download today's trivia presentation, familiarise myself with it, and host pub trivia at the Long Hotel in Evans Head. Any trivia fancy? That's still ongoing because I host that trivia every Tuesday night at Evans Head. Come along, it's quite a lot of fun. I enjoy doing that. That's become part of my routine each week now to do that, but that's always on the go. There's an episode of the Code and Character podcast to download and edit. Any podcasters here of editing tips. Again, that's an ongoing thing that I'm having to do quite regularly. We film those podcasts fortnightly, and then I've got to edit them and get them up. And so that is something that's ongoing. I keep doing those podcasts. They take a lot of time, but I'm getting faster. Okay, that's the amazing thing. I used to sit there and it'd take me 2 or 3 days to edit that podcast. Now it's more like 6 hours and still a while, but, getting the hang of that. 30-day talk to the camera retrospective, 4 days challenge introduction is mostly planned. I think I've done that too. I'm keen to integrate ChatGPT-4 with an online to-do list. Right? And you saw, I got that done. That's great. Among all this, I want to keep creating smaller content pieces like this one. What type of content would you like to see more of? Yay, we're winning, right? I'm creating that content now. And look at this. As my Google Drive is 99% full, I'd like to set up my own cloud on my VPS and move much of my data, videos, and photos across. Anyone else dealt with storage issues? Now, that problem's still ongoing. I've managed to get away with not doing that for that entire month. And then I showed you what I've cleaned up. Now, I actually went about the process and live streamed to YouTube this morning as I went through the process of getting started on setting up that own cloud. Now here was the journey, right? Because I went to my DNS That's hosting, and that's not my DNS. But I had to go and set up a DNS to point to it, and then go to my hosting server and go deploy they got built-in system for deploying like the web server and stuff, and it just did that. And then I went through, started going, download it, install it, set it up, and then it wasn't going to run with the version of PHP that was running on that server, right? And I'm like, oh god, job's too big. I didn't want to take a whole day out because it's competing priorities. I want to be getting back to doing content like this, making content, building my course. I've got to get the course up because that course is where the money comes from. And I enjoy that, and that's the purpose. And doing this, setting up this own cloud, is an adjunct to that. I do have a desire to get off Google, and I want to set that up. But my point is, what I'm doing now is I'm downloading all those videos, and I'm just going to go and stick them up on that VPS own cloud or not. That's what's occurred to me today. It might be the easiest way forward. Of course, the other competing priority is all those videos. I want to go and sit there and watch each one of them and see what they contain and decide if I want to keep them. That's an emotional journey to try and, like, where are they? I'm downloading them all up here, like all the zip files. To go through all those videos and just make the decision, do I really need to keep this? This takes an emotional toll. It's a hard job from an emotional standpoint to clean those out and get that fear of loss. And that's another lesson I guess I'm learning in life, is when to let go of things and just let them go and delete them. So that's dealing with this Google Drive has basically taken my whole day, right? This has been my entire day. I haven't gone and done my choices yet today. I want to go and do that. It is literally 10 to 4, 5 to 4. It's getting late, and I've been working on these things all day. And let's not forget all the housekeeping, organizing, tweaking of workflows, software processes, life in general. That's still the same. Here are some strategies, right? The Eisenhower Matrix. So the Eisenhower Matrix you see up here in this picture up here, it's a bit warped, but you got urgent, not urgent, important, not important, in certain categories. So you see that Google Drive needing cleaned up went into the urgent and important, because it was like, hey, you're going to stop getting emails. So it was urgent, and I had to go and clean out some of those videos, cleaned out a couple, and now I've got enough space that my emails aren't blocked anymore. So the urgency's dropped, which is fascinating, and it's given me time to come here and sit there and do this video. Despite the busyness, I make sure to get outside daily and review my choices for my mental health. It's essential to find balance and avoid burnout. So that's got to be my number one priority. I need to go out after I've recorded this video and go and do that. In the midst of all this, I haven't played guitar at home in months. Any fellow musicians tips? I've got back into that since. I've played a couple of gigs up at Bangalore since then. In the midst of also tomorrow I'm attending a 1.5 hour Ving Yang masterclass. I remember going to that. I put a post yesterday about what's his framework, Prime. I want to learn about that. About, what is it? Oh, we're going to have a look at that in a minute. There is so much to do, and everything I do exponentially generates even more. How do you manage your priorities? I'd love to have a conversation with you guys about this. Feel free to share your thoughts, experience, and tips in the comments. Let's learn and grow together. Now, it's amazing how much I've got going on and how easy it is to just get overwhelmed by all these competing little things. But it makes sense to stay focused on the end result. I really want to go and build that course. I'm doing my choices first. It's this Vin Yang thing up here. Let's go right back. Of course, it was just... Here it is. There he was. Prep framework. I didn't mention what it was in here. So come and watch this video by Vin Yang. It's really good. Prep framework being help you communicate, so you've got a framework to work on when someone asks you a question.
Pay attention to
away
this
from me.
In a moment when someone asks me a question, whether it's for my feedback, for my opinion, for my thoughts, or for my feelings, sometimes I've got so many things going on, I'm not sure how to say it. And it kind of comes out like blah.
That's right. So you're going to tell us what it means, right? Prep framework, see that? The prep framework, he'll get to, here he goes. So yeah, so make your point. What does he say next? I'll give a reason. We learn this together. Give an example. We make a point again. Interesting. So he gives a really good example. Go and watch that video. I'm not going to teach it to you. I'm still learning it myself. But, you know, you make the point, you give a reason for that point, provide an example for it, and then give a conclusion. You can follow that framework. It gives you something to work off. I think that's fascinating. Good to learn about that here. This is my update for the day. Let's bring me back on. Hey, if you were here, thanks. And I might put another one up on my phone when I go out for a walk. I enjoy doing those. And different format, different style. You might like those, you might not like these ones. That's it for now. Thanks and see ya.